What's going on? It's your boy Comrade Chris, and welcome to the Respect the Shooter Show. I'm here on my very first guest episode with my day one big homie, Backstage Dave from Backstage Access Magazine, and all the other stuff that the big homie got going on. I'm talking Pineapple Express, True Legacy Vodka, Dash Radio. It go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm so excited, man. Hey. Like I said, I've been in LA almost 5 years, and ever since I hooked up with my bro right here, man, it's been nothing but love. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people out there in the world?
What up, world? This is Backstage Dave, West Coast finest, dig that. The one that do all the behind the scenes. Hey, if somebody told you I'm not behind the scenes, they lied to you.
They lied. They big lie. He being a little modest, you know what I'm saying? Backstage, what is it? What, how many years?
17.
17 years in the industry. 17
years going strong with Backstage Access Magazine, and the doors that open has been amazing. The ride has been amazing. The people that I meet, like you, have been amazing. You know the saying, everybody can't go with you.
Yeah.
Definitely, you one of the ones that can go. You know,
I appreciate it.
You're one of the ones that can go, and I meet a lot of people, of course, in this industry, and my being a camera guy and loving cameramen, period, because I love what they do. They capture time and moments in time and all of that, and that's real dear to my heart. No matter what else I do, I'm a camera dude. I love shooting. I'm a photographer, just like you. Just like, the show, Respect the Shooter, which is an awesome name. I love it. But that's real talk. People really need to start respecting the shooter. Because without the shooters, they wouldn't be who they are, a lot of them. Because if it's not camera, I don't care if it's TV camera, if it's just photo camera, if it's video for videos or videos for promos, regardless, you need a cameraman. You need a camera team, you need a cameraman, you need an editor, and you need somebody to know what the hell they're doing, and somebody that know how to respect other shooters, or or either, I go even further, respect the lane that they're in. That's what most people have a problem with, respecting their lane and staying in their lane and making that shine. And that's the key to this whole thing, especially when you're in the entertainment business. Keep doing what you're doing, but even though it's a whole bunch of people that may be quote unquote doing what you're doing, but it's up to you to shine and be a little better than what you see other people doing.
No, most definitely. And before we get into your story, that's just kind of how me and you linked. You know what I'm saying? You was just telling me like all the things that you had going on, but it's like, man, like, now I got a lot of clients and you got a lot of clients, but we both can't be everywhere at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if Snoop got something going on and then Dre got something going on and you could be at both of them, it enhances your brand to outsource your work to people that you trust and that have proven themselves in a certain light in order to be like, oh man, like you did 2 events in one night, because you know what I'm saying, we had that. We did started at one event, hey man, you go over here, or I'm gonna go over here.
That's right.
Then we come back together with the editing and put it together, and then it's like, oh
that's
man,
right.
like
that's right. And the key word that you said was respect. Doing what you do and staying true to that. Being respectful, not being a fan, not being a, oh man, that's such and such. Oh, can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph? Nah, man, you here to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? And that what makes the industry respect you more. It's always gonna be time for autographs. There's always gonna be time for pictures and all that. But if you stay steadfast in doing your job and doing your job on time and the best that you can do, man, everything else is carte blanche. Because the people that you shooting for or shooting with or that respect your company or your brand, they're gonna always want you because they know what you do and they know what kind of person you are, you know. And then a lot of times, even just like with Dog, if he sees something that he don't like that you do, or he sees something that, all right, you doing this, but I think you should do it this way, or you shouldn't do that. He's the kind of person that'll tell you, not tell you to say, all right, man, don't get down on yourself, or don't do what you're doing, but when you're around and shooting for us, do this. This is what we want. This is what we like. And
Right.
that's a good look.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
Because if you're hearing it from the person who you're working for or working with, as opposed to somebody on the outside looking in and trying to tell you, yeah, you shouldn't do that or you should be doing that. Man, I'm here doing this. What do you mean? You know what I mean? So it's every day is a learning experience when you're dealing with superstars or even just people in the industry, period, in the entertainment. You never know what you're gonna get when you're dealing with certain people, you know. And as long as you always stay the same, no matter what,
Right.
you win it.
Right.
You're gonna win.
So how did you get started? Like what was like the first kind of thing, you know, that you got started with media?
With media, so when I started Backstage Access 17 years ago, I started it without a clue. So I started it with no connections. No, I didn't even have a camera. I didn't have anything. I had to borrow my dad's camcorder to go shoot stuff. And of course it was trial and error, but it was hard trying to break into the Hollywood and the entertainment industry the way that I wanted to, because I don't really like shooting red carpets and all that stuff. You know, I tried to set myself aside, but that's how I started. So I got started by just carrying my camera everywhere that I went. Once I got one, I just carried it everywhere I went and networked with not the camera people that are on the carpet. I tried to network with the publicists and the management because they were the ones throwing the events. So shout out to Echo. Echo Sound is my day one. If it wasn't for Echo, I wouldn't have been able to get footage. I wouldn't have been able to learn this the red carpet strategy and all that stuff, because back in the days, it was only, as far as quote unquote black respectable people that was doing events and that was representing major people, it was only like 2 or 3. It wasn't a lot. And those 2 or 3 people I tapped in with. I'm like, I need to cover your event. Let me cover your event. Let me cover your event. Let me cover your event. And once I started doing that and started gaining traction on my online magazine, and they start seeing that, they're like, "Yup, Dave, you in, let's go." Everything they start doing, they start shooting me invites, and then it just started growing from there. I got the line on how to get to the Grammys and the Oscars. Shoot, signed up, became a Grammy member, became an Oscar member for media, and shoot, back then it was free.
Right.
Now you got to pay.
Right.
Back then it was free.
Right.
Like you just fill out the application. You know, they let you know if you approved or not once they check out your publication or whatever it is, and then you go from there.
That's why you see me at the Grammys. That's why you see me at all this stuff, because hey, I was rocking with the big homie and
Real talk.
we was doing it. Like we was doing it.
Yeah. That's
doing
you know, and like I say, you know, it's a lot of photographers out there, as you see.
Right.
You've been on carpets where
Right.
you got 300 and 400 photographers and
Right.
all that, but man, only a couple of them are real
Genuine people,
Right.
like you know,
Right.
like, you know, it's 100,000 million billion people that work for whatever, you know, Getty Images, Wire Images, the AP, all that different type of stuff. But it's nothing like getting your shots for your own self and putting them in the lane. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we ain't never been in competition, even though both of us has got cameras. Like we going like even when I was there for Backstage Access, like you was like, hey bro, like don't even focus on this. Like this is a means to think about what you want to be calling your own company and getting your own stuff, because the type of stuff that I'm doing you may not be interested in.
That's
and
right.
I don't want you be like, I don't want you following me around like that anyway. It's like, hey, you be your own boss, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was already on that mindset, you know what I'm saying, from that anyway. But it was just like I said, you know, the first event that I met you at was Echo and Sounds, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just beautiful that, you know what I'm saying, things come full circle with, you know, All Eyes on Me, and you know what I'm saying, you know, Mama Mel, and you know what I'm saying, just kind of, you know, everything in that lane.
That's right. With P, you know, and that's what you got to do, bro. You got to align yourself with people that's making stuff happen and that can help move your company forward. You know what I mean? Not aligning yourself with, you know, a whole bunch of other photographers, because then now, just like you just said, it become a competition thing. Because they feel like, oh, you trying to take my spot, or you trying to do this, or you trying to do that, you know, better than them, or you stealing from me, or whatever the case may be. Photographers are fickle. They have, you know, it's
some of them want to be famous too.
Yeah, some
they
of
want
them
to be
famous too. That's the thing. You have photographers that shooting that don't even have companies. You know, you have photographers that say they photographers, but they shoot, but they don't have nowhere to put their work. Right. You know, you got photographers that don't know how to edit pictures. You have photographers that don't know, you know, if you're shooting video, they don't know how to do a promo video. They just know how to shoot raw footage. You know what I mean? So it's all about setting yourself apart in the industry and showing the people that need them, you know, this is what you do. And that's how you get on certain people teams. That's why Dog have like 3 photographers. Luckily, I'm one of the photographers that he had, but you know, he got Dada. Dada, his main photographer. Dada shoot all of his videography, all of his photography. Dada travel with him everywhere he go. You know what I mean? Then he got Gucci. Gucci Vision shoot a lot of his private stuff, but he worked for Boss Lady.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's still for Dog. So everything that Boss Lady do, she got her camera do. She called Gucci Man, Gucci Vision, and Gucci go and, you know, do what he do.
Right. Shout out Guap too.
Guap City, he everywhere. That's the video man. If you need a video done, that's Guap City. But again, that goes with Big P. Shout out to Big P, RMM.
Right.
You know, if it wasn't for P, you know, I wouldn't be with Dog the way I am.
No, for sure.
Now I was with Dog before I started doing stuff with P and being, you know, head of media for RMM. I was with Dog before, but on a music level, because my cousins was producing Dog shit for East Siders, for Doggy's Angels, and for Dog, for Master P, for Shaq. So when I came in around there, I wasn't a camera dude. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have shit. I was just there because my folks was there.
Right.
And then I came back around full circle when I started Backstage, and then, you know, Dog's like, "This you, Dave?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing now." Cool. He's like, "I always liked you, man. You was always cool. You was quiet. You stayed to yourself. You didn't bother nobody. You was cool. Man, I like what you're doing."
The industry like people that got hustled too.
With that being said, it was a wrap. Once people knew I was with Dog and on Dog team and on P team, all the other doors just opened up. Everything else just opened up from there because they figured you associated with them, you good enough for them, you good enough for me.
Right. Nah, most definitely. And
that's when the pay start coming in.
Correct. Already, you know what I'm saying? But
that's when the pay start coming in. Now you know I'm working over here and I'm doing this for these people and these people. Now this is what it costs for you to deal with me now. If you want me to cover your event, if you want me to get media to your event, because that's where I switched it to. I switched it from not covering events if I don't want to. I switched it to let me get you all the media and all the camera people to your events.
Right.
Nobody was doing that. So I'm like, man, let me do that. That's what I'm gonna start doing. So everybody, when they doing events, they hit me, Dave, we need media. Let me pay you to put media. We put your logo on the backdrop and everything. We need media here. Cool. A lot of that stuff came by, not really by me being a cameraman, but by me building a real nice Rolodex.
Right.
You know, everywhere I go, I try to get numbers, I try to get cards, I try to, you know, try to have a conversation with with as many people as I can. So when stuff come around, I know I can get in touch with that person and be like, you'll fit good here.
Right.
So my whole thing is, I'm trying to I'm always be a photographer, but I'm trying to wing myself off not really being a photographer to everybody.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because I'll always be a photographer and I'll always shoot, no
Right.
matter how big I get or how small I get.
Nah, most definitely.
But I want to be a businessman too. You know,
Right.
I want to be a businessman, and I want to be like the stocks. I want to diversify.
Right.
You know, I want to have my hands in as much stuff as I can, because I know if one hit, that's gonna fuel everything else.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And then if one hit, I know then the next one gonna probably hit, then the next one gonna probably hit. It's just a matter of, you know, staying down. I like grassroots projects. So all that came about from, first, of course, me being a cameraman, but just like I told you before, I'm not a groupie, I'm not a fan, even though I'm a fan of people, but I don't fan out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm doing my work. I'm gonna do what's asked of me. Period. Even if it's not camera work. If it's, Dave, can you go get this? Or
Right.
Dave, do you know somebody that? Or Dave, can you bring the car around?
Right.
I'm gonna do that
Yep.
shit.
I'll
I'm
be
gonna do
right
that
back.
shit.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna do that shit.
Right.
And not that I'm a peon, or not that I'm just, you know, less than. That's loyalty.
Right.
Loyalty is everything.
Right.
Loyalty is every single thing, more than money damn near, because that loyalty will bring you bread.
Right. Nah, because they trust you being at their house. They trust you with intimate moments with their family. They trust you with, you know what I'm saying, things that, you know, it's a lot of things that we have that, you know, if they ever came out, it would make a whole lot of people, you know what I'm saying, look a different certain type of way.
That's right.
But when they trust you and know that, hey, you're not taking this stuff and giving it to TMZ or the tabloids or the blogs, that like, oh, like, but he was around for this and it never came out, or nobody never said nothing. Because, you know, if we get compromising footage, I just go ahead and delete it.
Right.
So that way you don't even be tempted to even, you know what I'm saying, do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? And they be, you know, that loyalty, you know, like I said, bring the car around. Some of them people, they might toss you the keys to the Wraith, and it's like, all right, man, well, you going to drive today.
That's right.
Because they driver sick.
Because they driving. That's right. You're right. And that's how it go, man. I done done everything, bro. Just again, like I say, trying to stay loyal and trying to keep my name out there. Because as long as my name and my brand is out there, people gonna keep calling. I mean, I open doors, I hold elevators, I do it all.
Right.
When I'm moving with Dog, you know, I'm like security.
Right.
You know, everybody else that's moving with him, everybody is now focused on him, making sure he's okay, making sure his well-being is gonna be okay,
Right.
and making sure he get to point A to point B. Because he get paid, everybody else get paid. As
Right.
long as he's safe, everybody else is gonna be all right. Of course, the head security is gonna handle everything,
Right.
but also, you know, they can't see everything.
Right.
So if head security is used to seeing you and like, oh yeah, okay, that's okay, he cool, that's family, he gonna make sure I don't have to worry about, I don't have to watch him. You
Right.
know, I can watch this person over here because I know he gonna watch this side or that, or whatever the case may be. And it's all trial and error, man. I jumped in that position just on the strength. Nobody asked me, nothing. Just on the strength. You know, if I see something need to be done, I go do it. That's just how I am.
Right.
And no matter who you are, you don't have to be a celebrity. You just gotta be somebody that I fuck with, bro. You just gotta be somebody that I fuck with, and no matter what, you know, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that you're comfortable and you're okay.
No, most
And
definitely.
you're safe. Because I feel like the people that I'm around is gonna do the same thing for me.
Nah, most definitely. I mean, you know, you gave me my first journalism experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, being able to write for Backstage, you know, like, I mean, this man done had me, introduce me to Boosie Collins, the Bishop, you know what I'm saying? It just go on and on and on to like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I grew up listening to Doggy Style, and then when I became an adult, I'm on stage with Snoop as he performed in front of, you know what I'm saying, thousands of people. And it's just all because of, you know what I'm saying, the relationships and stuff that you made. And like I said, like Dave is really like kind of the first person I met and grafted to in the industry, just because of the things that, you know what I'm saying, we was talking about. Like we didn't even really talk about like music or just kind of like whatever. We was just talking about, you know, the future and where we see things going. And look, you know what I'm saying, you fast forward even 4 years, you know what I'm saying, to now, and it's, you know what I'm saying, CEO, head media over here, head media over here, oh yeah, this too. But when everything works together, all of it works in tandem, you know what I'm saying? And that's the purpose of this show, that it's not so much to bring celebrity, but just to shed light on the things that happen, you know what I'm saying, outside of the camera, you know what I'm saying, when they cut, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, we talk a whole lot that don't really have nothing to do with, like what event that, you know what I'm saying, we going to, because, you know, it's so many events, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it'd be like, oh, like, you didn't invite me to this. It was like, I thought you was going to be there. It's like, you know what I'm saying, just like even with the concert, you know what I'm saying, but it's been things, it'd be like, you didn't invite me to that. It'd be like, man, all the people you know, I thought you was going to be there. So, like, sometimes our minds be working so similar that we don't even think to even check in, but then when we check in, it'll be like, oh yeah, you going to that too? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
True. And I don't do that to everybody, but I bust your balls because I see you doing what you're doing, man, and I love it. You know, because you're a prodigy kind of like of me. You feel me?
Nah, for sure.
I like what you're doing. Your editing is bomb. Your photography is bomb. All
Appreciate
that.
it.
And I'm not a good editor. I'm a good photographer. I'm a decent photographer, but I'm not a good editor and all that. But I'm a business dude. So my thing was, let me find people that's like me that I can call to do stuff and like doing the things that I do, but can do it better.
Right.
I don't mind saying when somebody is, you know, more advanced than I am or have better tools than I do.
Right. In certain aspects.
That's good.
Right.
I like that. I like having people on my team like that, because that lets me get stuff done, and then I can focus on other stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah, because in areas where you got a lot more experience, I call you in a minute like, hey man, what do you think about this? You're like, yeah or no.
And a lot of people's not like that. A lot of people don't have that type of, I don't want to say je ne sais quoi, but that type of attitude or even that type of love for people. Most people, when they around somebody that kind of do the similar thing or the same thing that they do, is jealousy and hate.
Oh yeah, for sure. But see, that's what led to this, you know. All y'all that play spades, baby, this the guaranteed joker. Y'all already know. Hey, you couldn't stop us even if you wanted to. Automatic, you know what I'm saying, book, baby.
Did that. Respect the shooter.
So, you know, it's like, you know, the relationship, they, like, you know, we done said this before. There is nothing that nobody could come and tell me about, you know what I'm saying, about Backstage Access Dave. And they'd be like, Dave did that. And I'd be like, well, what did you do? Because, you know, I've been knowing, you know, like everybody, you know, saying some people, they got a whole lot of flaky tendencies. But when it come down to it, it's like, hey, bro, like, what happened? Mm-hmm. You telling me he did some stuff to you, and all right, well, I know you only telling half the story, because, you know, we done been around a whole lot of. Matter of fact, it's been things that I wanted to bless you with, because I knew you wasn't there, I'd be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying, put this up, because I know that's going to improve both of our brands. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just it's been love and respect and honor from the start. And so, you know, I appreciate you coming here. You know, this being my first, you know what I'm saying, guest on the show, it was only right. You know, I couldn't have did this with nobody else, because you was the first person to take a chance on me and be like, you know what, I'm going to give bro a shot. And here we are, bro.
Here we are, right?
So
took the best of your opportunity, and made the best, right? And same thing that I did. And like I said, I try to pay it forward, man. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of photographers that hit me up, that get at me, DM me, email me, all that. Man, can I work with you? Can I? Nah, I don't have people work with me. Nah, I don't have people follow me. Nah, I don't do apprenticeship. Nah, I don't do none of that. Because is very hard, and I commend you. Thanks. It's very hard to really find somebody that you can trust, just like you said, to say, man, go to Doghouse and do this for me.
Right.
Man, go shoot DJ Quick for me. Go Fox 11 and shoot this for me. Go, Christina Fine needs some people, man. Go hit her. P needs some people, man. Go work with him, man. Do you mind? And say, yeah. And then, first off, it's not a lot of people that you can just say, go do that, because, again, you don't know their attitude and their mentality.
Right.
So, it works out, man. It worked out for me. And again, if it wasn't for Backstage Access and that brand that I built, I wouldn't be a part of True Legacy. Shout out to True Legacy Vodka. Shout out to our whole New York team. Shout out to Big P, RMM, CEO, True Legacy Vodka. He brought me in to be head of media for everything RMM. So, and that's a widespread. We doing clothing store in Vegas, the place. We doing the True Legacy Vodka. We doing the Ryder Gang with Jay Leno. We got a TV show coming with that soon. Shoot, we got the movie. Don't watch me, watch the moves I make. Still doing stuff with Dog, with concerts and stuff. We doing management stuff with other artists. We doing, P got his own album coming out now, just Grant.
Right.
Look, he coming out and retiring at the same time.
Right.
One album, one project, and it's gonna be a banger. We got some good heat that's on that one.
Shout out Jeff Jones over there at Lemonade.
Man, shout out to Jeff Jones, man. Who's that? Callie Jones?
Yeah.
Callie Jones. Shoot. The whole Lemonade family.
Yeah.
Steve LaBelle.
Art, what's up,
man? I know you got your work hanging up in their dispensary.
Yeah.
Solidified.
Yeah, solidified. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Huge.
Yeah.
Man,
First,
so just moves like that, man. You got your own podcast now.
Yeah.
Man, you got two photography companies.
Right.
Man, you a new dad.
right.
Man, you racing cars.
Right.
You in the military.
Right. All that. It don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about diversifying,
Right.
man, you shit.
I'm just following the blueprint. Following
the blueprint, right?
Right.
So shout out to Jay-Z for even putting that out there. Follow the blueprint and shoot.
Man, bro, I appreciate you coming, sharing some of your time, wisdom
Man.
to all the people out there. So, hey man, tap in with your boy. Tell them where they can find you.
Shoot, you can find me on the Blade. Catch me not out there. Shoot, you can find me at Backstage Access Everything, man. If I'm not moving and grooving around these streets of LA and Pomona, I'm Backstage Access Everything, and man, I'm proud of you, bro. This is an honor to be able to come down and be on your first episode of many.
Right.
We're gonna start funneling people through.
For sure.
Let's just get the criteria together. And through my lens, new 501c Court.
Right.
We about to partner up.
Community center.
He gonna bring the curriculum. Chris gonna bring the curriculum with me, and we gonna have this 501 popping as well. Prison reform, teaching prisoners how to edit, teaching prisoners how to shoot, teaching prisoners how to reform. We're gonna put them on the red carpets.
Yeah.
We're gonna put them in front of computers to edit, behind cameras. We gonna give them lace on the game.
Right.
And hey,
sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit, man.
So I appreciate you coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm Comrade Chris. This is Backstage Dave, and this is Respect the Shooter.
Dig that.
Peace.